Hi, this is Ankar. Enjoy your learning. Photographs those you are seeing on the screen are taken by Mars orbiter sent by ISRO. Most intriguing point about Mangalyaan is orbits are chosen in such a way that Mars orbiter be sent with minimum fuel consumption. Another brilliant space exploration mission is Voyager 1 and 2. Mangalyaan objectives are exploring the Mars surface features and Mars atmosphere, whereas Voyager 1 and 2 objectives were to explore Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Here interesting feat is exploring all these four planets in one long trip. That's why it is Voyager. Human transfer orbits are about sending a spacecraft from Earth to another planet. Mostly these orbits are human transfer orbits are used for interplanetary missions. For example, Earth to Mars, Earth to Venus. Okay, now you can see figure here, right? I have taken an example from Earth to Mars. Inner circle is a orbit of the Earth around a sun, and outer circle is a orbit of Mars around a sun. Um, in human transfer orbits, there are two stages. Here, one stage is to fire a rocket. You can see here clearly, right? The orange trajectory, elliptical trajectory, is what we want. So to achieve that, you can see the average radius of that spacecraft is greater than radius of Earth. So which means you need higher velocity to make the spacecraft to traverse along that orange elliptical path. So to achieve this higher velocity, you need to fire the rocket tangential to the direction of Earth orbit. And once you achieve that, so it will go on traversing along the elliptical path and reaches the Mars. Once after reaching the Mars, if you left spacecraft to itself, again it will come back to the Earth because it has a very high velocity to escape gravitational influence of Mars. Now second stage of Hohmann transfer orbit is to reduce that velocity. How? Again, we have to fire the fuel in a direction opposite to the velocity of the spacecraft. When you do that, so speed of spacecraft will be reduced and it can be captured by the mass gravity. This is what Hohmann transfer orbit is. Right. So here let us talk some interesting facts about Hohmann transfer. As we know, Hohmann transfer orbits are fuel efficient. So here, why it is a fuel efficient? Because firstly, we are saving the naturally existing orbital velocity that spacecraft already has, because spacecraft is on the Earth and Earth has orbital velocity. So whatever object is there on the Earth, everything will have orbital velocity, including us. So we are saving that orbital velocity. Um, Smartly, what we are doing is we are increasing the velocity by the rockets, by blasting the rockets tangentially at once. So we burn the rocket fuel only across two stages. One is while launching, another is while reaching the destination. So in between, the spacecraft traverses only due to the gravity of sun. So that's the beauty of Hohmann transfer orbits. So in this video, you will be already you got introduced to the Hohmann transfer orbits. What apart from that, you will learn some more things like Mars orbiter mission. You might know about Mars orbital mission already, but we will be discussing some more details and we'll be appreciating the effort put by our scientists. So as you understand the human transfer orbits, now you can appreciate more details of Mars orbital mission, which is Mangalyaan, which is pride of India, ISRO. Next, uh, I will be focusing one more fact, interesting fact. So this Mangalyaan mission using human transfer orbits can be executed only when angle between Mars, Sun and Earth is 44 degrees approximately. Okay, why is it so? Why should there be 44 degrees? So this I will be explaining. And next, one more interesting mission by NASA is Voyager 1 and 2. And similar to the idea of human or transfer orbits, there are called gravity assist orbits. So the idea is again use the gravity efficiently to execute the mission. Okay, now unlike Mars orbital mission, Voyager 2 is covering 4 planets. You can see here, right? So orange line is Voyager 2 and white line is Voyager 1. So look at the orange line. So it is first reaching the Jupiter and then Saturn and then Uranus and then Neptune. So it is in one mission, it is observing all the 4 planets. If you want to know little more facts and how NASA achieved this big mission back in 1970s, you have to wait for a little more. Right, let us go into more details one by one.